Principal Painter, and I'm so sorry this WIP and Chat is coming to you a day late. It is due to the fact that we had a storm and a power outage last night, so I could not upload my video. So I'm redoing today, and I will be uploading it on Thursday instead of Wednesday. So this WIP and Chat comes to you as part of a collaboration that I'm doing with Grace of GB Maltese. It is hashtag all things craftably 21. If you are participating with us, thank you so much. I've so enjoyed seeing your pictures on Instagram. I mean, we have craftably all over the place, so that's great. What you need to do in order to participate, again, is be working on a craftably project. It can be partial, it can be special shapes, special drills, it can be a full drill like I'm doing. I'm doing Java Joanna. I love her. She's been so much fun to work on. I'm making some great progress, as you can see. I got her little braid going. I'm doing the kitty cat coffee cup. So this is a fun project. So be working on it craftably. Now, you're going to need to stick with me during this WIP and Chat. I promise it's not going to be 10 hours long, but you're going to need to stick with me because at some point during this video, I am going to be asking a question for you to answer. It's not rocket science. It'll be something very easy to answer. And then next week, I will leave the comments open for a week. And then next Wednesday, I will shut the comments down. And next Wednesday, I will be drawing a winner for my weekly prize. It's my week to give out a prize. I'm super excited. This is the first one I'm giving out. Grace did hers last week, and she had a whole bunch of great stuff. Congratulations to that winner. What do I have for you for this giveaway? I have several things. Well, let me pull them over and I'll go kind of in order. I've got 4 rolls of washi tape. You know, we all love our pretty washi tape, and I've got so much of it, but I am giving away 4 rolls of washi tape. That's part of the prize. Another part of the prize is this beautiful acrylic diamond painting pen. It does have, you know, single placer, and I believe this is a 12 placer. I haven't tackled 12, you know, do you like to multi-place? If you don't want a 12 placer and want to put in another placer, you can pull that out and replace it with a placer that you are most comfortable with. But it's a beautiful pink acrylic pen. I love it. It's got little sparklies in it, so that's that. Then I have a set of trays from none other than the one and only Bella Art de Nicole. These are stackable trays. They are 3D printed, so you get 2 smaller trays that you can slide the lids on and off of. And you have a larger tray. And again, you can slide the lid on and off so that your drills are protected and safe. Hang on, let me get this lid on here better. There you go. So again, if you have it closed and you knock it on the floor, the lids aren't going to come off. So, and they're totally stackable. So that is another part of the prize I'm giving away. And the final part of the prize that I'm giving away, this is an LED lamp. It's got a cute owl on it. Again, it's like a nightlight. And so you diamond paint it, and you have a cute little nightlight to put in a room. So that is what I'm giving away. I will be throwing in other goodies like stickers and candy. So whoever wins this, I will draw next Wednesday and mail this out to the winner. And again, in order to be entered to win, you need to stick with me on this WIP and Chat. And I will ask a question at some point during the WIP and Chat. It may be at the end, it may be towards the end, I don't know. Just when the mood strikes me, I will ask the question. So those are your prizes. So I thought that was a pretty darn good little prize package that someone can win. So that's exciting. So again, when I ask the question, you will comment in the comments below this video in order to be entered. Next week, I will do a random comment picker. Please only place 1 comment or 1 answer to the question that I ask because I will be filtering single answers only. So, you know, if you answer 20 times, you're only going to be entered 1 time to be drawn. What is my WIP and Chat about today? Well, I was having a conversation on the phone the other day with a friend, and we were talking about dumb stuff you do as kids. Now, I was not a bad kid. In fact, I was a really good kid, but you know, as all kids do, it's their job to just do dumb stuff that drive your parents nuts. And I thought it would be fun for you guys to hear a little bit about the dumb things that the principal painter did as a kid. So I will start off with the first dumb thing I can remember doing. And I do remember it because it was pretty traumatic. As a lot of you know that have been watching me for any length of time, I lived in Bangkok, Thailand for a time. My dad was in the military and we lived there. And I was 2 years old at the time. Sorry if you're hearing little grumblings. That's my bulldog in the background. I don't know what she's doing. However, she does make strange little noises. So yes, I was 2 and my parents and I had gone out to dinner. Well, I was extremely independent as a child, liked to do everything myself. And so we were walking up the stairs. At the time we lived in an apartment in Bangkok, and we were going upstairs, and my mom had a hold of my hand, and I decided that I didn't want to hold my mother's hand, that I wanted to make it up the stairs by myself. So, by the way, these stairs were terrazzo tile stairs with metal slats at the end. So we're going upstairs and I'm being ornery and obstinate, and I looked at my mom and I said, I don't want to hold your hand, I want to do it myself. And I jerked away from her. And as I did, I catapulted myself down the stairs and ended up with 10 stitches in my head that evening. So that was the first dumb thing that I did as a child. Oh boy, I have many stories I can tell you about dumb stuff that I did. The second dumb thing that I did as a kid, I had, again, a friend in Thailand in our apartment complex, and we were playing one day, and she had beautiful long hair, and she had her hair up in a ponytail. And I had the great idea, and she thought it was a great idea too, to play barbershop. Yes, barbershop. So, got a pair of scissors, and essentially, I whacked that ponytail right off, cut it off. And we thought it was all fun and games, and we were laughing and laughing and laughing, and then her mother and my mother came downstairs, were horrified by what we had done. And we were like, what's the problem? It's barbershop. And, I had a doll called Chrissy. And Chrissy was a doll that you could, there was a crank in the back. You twisted the crank and her hair got shorter, and then you pressed her belly button and you could pull her ponytail back down and it would get longer. So, we thought, hey, it'll grow back really quick. Well, her mother took out her ponytail and she took one look in the mirror, started screaming. I started screaming. She was crying. I was screaming. That was not a smart thing to do. Don't do it. Oh, another dumb thing that I did as a kid is I would make secret potions. So I would go in the bathroom, find every conceivable liquid that I could in the bathroom. Toothpaste, mouthwash, any type of nail polish remover. And I would mix it up, and back then, you had film the old school way in those little containers, and that's what I would put my secret potions in. And I would promptly put the potions under the sink and leave them there. Months later, it would start stinking, and my mother would get under the sink and just, Kara, you've got to stop making these secret potions. What are you doing? So that was another crazy thing. And again, this drove my mother absolutely nuts, and it was what it was. Oh, what other dumb things did I do as a kid? Okay, this was funny. This was a really funny story. Back in the day, there used to be a Scope commercial. Scope, the Scope mouthwash. And the Scope commercial showed the woman in the commercial sticking her finger into the Scope bottle, licking it, and going, it's refreshing. So, my cousins and I were visiting my grandmother. My grandmother lived in Guthrie, Oklahoma, it's a little town, but it had a Walmart. And our big trip was a trip to Walmart, each week or what have you, whenever we needed to go to get stuff. So my cousins, my little sister and I, were exploring the store, and my mother was off somewhere else, as was my grandmother. And my mother rounds the corner at the Walmart to find my cousins and I sitting on the floor, and my sister, sitting on the floor of Walmart with, 20 scope bottles open, sticking our fingers in all of them going, "Ah, it's refreshing." My mother grabbed us, put the scope bottles in the shopping cart, went and explained what was going on to the manager. The manager is trying not to laugh. And the manager said, just put the scope bottles here. We'll deal with it. And she grabbed us all up and ran out of the store as fast as she could. She was like, "Whatever possessed you guys to open up 20 scope bottles, stick your fingers in it?" I said, "The commercial. The lady on the commercial stuck her finger in the scope bottle and said it was refreshing, so we wanted to see if it was refreshing too." Okay, Kara, okay, and my cousins and I were in trouble for the rest of the day. Oh my gosh. Crazy, crazy stuff again that we did. Another thing that my sister and I did, we were living in Williamsburg, Virginia at the time, and my mother was on the phone in the other room. And she wasn't paying much attention. And unbeknownst to her, my sister and I had come in the back door. She didn't see us, but we had cattails that we had collected from around the pond where we lived. And cattails are those, they have a brown, they're kind of thick and have, a brown substance around like a stick at the bottom. Well, if you have had experience with cattails, you can push on the brown part of it and fluff comes out. So my sister and I decided to have a cattail fight in the middle of the living room. And when my mother came around the corner from talking on the phone, it looked like a carpet of white was covering every conceivable surface in the living room. My mother couldn't speak for probably about 30 seconds. She just stood there with her mouth hanging open. And when you're in the heat of the moment, having, cattail fights or whatever, food fights or whatever you have, we didn't realize the horrible catastrophe we were making. And we looked around and it was kind of like, oh God, oh no. So yes, my mother was speechless for about 30 seconds. And then my sister and I were in big, big trouble. Big trouble. Yeah, we didn't get out of the house for a while after that. We were grounded. Oh my gosh. What makes kids think to do these things? I don't know. I really don't. Then my junior high years. Again, in working with junior high kids, as I did on a daily basis, they do really dumb stuff. Just dumb. And I was no exception to that rule. We lived on a military base in Williamsburg and did some crazy dumb stuff. I mean, seriously, one of us could have been killed. So on this military base, they trained, different people to do different things. Well, we got the bright idea to sneak out. And we snuck out several times, many times actually, and did dumb stuff. Snuck out one time, and there was a water tower, and if any of you are familiar, and most of you are with water towers, they're quite high. So we had the brilliant idea, in the middle of the night, in the pitch black, to climb to the top of the water tower and tie flags on it. if any of us had missed a rung of that ladder or fallen off the top, we would have died. Like, it was, water towers are very high. So yes, we're doing this in the pitch black of night. Another incident involved us sneaking out, and there was a jump tower. And what a jump tower is it trains, I guess, parachute jumpers how to land. And there was, an area, and again, this is pitch black in the middle of the night. There was an area where you would hold on to a trapeze-like apparatus, and you went streaming down a zip line, and you had to drop at the exact right moment, or you were gonna drop into the ground. So we decided we were gonna do that, and we did it. And fortunately, no one was injured. But again, like, why would we think that that was a smart thing to do? I don't know. We could have died or had lots of broken bones or whatever. But yeah, we did it. We did it. Craziness. Another another night that involved sneaking out, or my not sneaking out, was my grandparents had come to visit, and my friends decided to sneak out. Well, unbeknownst to them, my grandparents were staying in my room, and I was sleeping on the couch in our den. Well, they didn't know. So as usual, they came to the window, knock, 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 and woke up my grandfather, who was pretty hard of hearing at the time, so they must have been knocking fairly loud. And he opens the window and says, "What are you doing?" Well, they expect to see me, and instead they see this, old man opening up the window, and it scared the snot out of them. They go running. My parents at that point are up, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And my grandparents come into the den, and they're like, your little friends came to the window for you to sneak out with, and we caught them. And my grandfather said, I think I scared them. I said, I bet you did. I bet you scared the snot out of them. The next day, yes, I got a phone call from one of the friends that came to the window, and who was that? We expected you. And this old man yelled at us, and so they ran away. Oh my gosh, crazy times sneaking out. I'm trying to think. Other dumb things. I mean, I'm just talking off the cuff here, so I'm trying to think of some other things that we did that were dumb, and there were lots of them. High school again, no exception. In high school, when I was in high school anyway, the drinking age was 18, was not 21 yet. And so when I was a senior in high school, we were all 18. So we decided we were going to have a hotel party. Yes, so we got 3 rooms. I don't know how we got the rooms. I don't know how old you had to be to get a hotel room, but we got 3 rooms. One of them was Russia, so we had screwdrivers in there. We had Germany with beer, and we had France with wine. And we had a ton of people at this hotel party. The police were called because of noise. There were, high school parties. You know how that goes. You invite 5 people, and it turns into 50 really quick. So it got out of hand really quick. So police were called. Everyone had to leave. Fortunately, no one was arrested. However, we spent the night at the hotel, my 3 girlfriends and I. Well, we had decided we were going to do this, but we also decided that we were going to tell our parents that we were spending the night at each other's houses. So I was spending the night at Anne's. Anne was spending the night at Courtney's. Courtney was spending the night with Melissa. Melissa was spending the night with me. So we all were supposedly spending the night with different people. Well, when your father is in military intelligence and senses something is up, which he did, he starts calling my friend's mother. So he starts an entire chain reaction. So my father called Ann's mother, and Ann's mother said, no, Ann's not here. Ann is spending the night with Courtney. So Ann's mother calls Courtney's mother. Courtney's mother is like, no, Ann is not here, but Courtney is spending the night with Melissa. So you see the chain reaction that this is causing. I have absolutely no idea how my father found out where we were. But about 8 o'clock the next morning, I get a phone call. Kara Joy Thomas, get your blankety blank home right now. I mean, it was like, I'm startled awake, and it's my dad. And my dad, how can I describe my dad? My dad is a very, very calm man. He looks just like Mr. Rogers, actually, and has a very calm demeanor. But my father will give you just enough rope to hang yourself, and he will take, and he will take, and he will take. And then when he's had it and he's done, you want to crawl in a hole and die, because it's not good when he blows. And so, and again, it was never anything, I promised he was not an abusive man or whatever, but I mean, when he was angry and he was shouting at you, you were like, oh my gosh. He was a great dad. But anyhow, again, I did dumb things as a kid. So, Kara Joy Thomas, get your blankety blank home right now. And I'm thinking, A, how did he find us? And B, how did he know, all this had happened? Well, everybody went home and everybody's parents knew. And yes, we were again grounded for a very long time. A very long time. And then, oh gosh. So my best friend in high school was Ann. I don't know if I've talked about Ann before. And Ann and I basically were good kids. Yes, we did dumb stuff, but we weren't like crazy, we didn't, do anything horrible. We didn't, but every single time, and I don't know why, every single time Ann and I would go out, go to the movies, go do anything together, something would happen. Have you ever had a friend like that? I mean, she and I are still dear friends to this day, and we laugh all the time about it. Because every single time we would go out, my dad and my mother's eyes would roll, her parents' eyes would roll, and they liked us. But it's like, every time you go out, a car gets wrecked. You get lost and don't get home until 2 a.m. because neither one of you have any sense of direction whatsoever. Something would happen, I'm not kidding, every single time we went out. We'd hit something with a car, or the car would break down, or again, we'd get lost, or we'd get sidetracked, or meet a group of people and lose track of time, or what have you, every single time. And it's like, Kara, please don't go out with Ann. Just don't. Just stay home and watch a movie. We stay up half the night worrying that, something is going to happen. It never failed. Something always happened every time we went anywhere. Oh my gosh. What else? When you're first driving, or when I was first driving, I was actually, again, going to pick up Ann. We were going to see a movie, and it was the very first time I'd gotten my driver's license, and it was the first time I had, driven alone. And so I was going to pick up Ann, and we were going to the movies. It was broad daylight. And so there's a very busy street in Houston around the area where I lived in high school called Memorial Drive. And for those of you in Houston, you probably know where that street is. It's very busy. Well, I was attempting, and it's 2 lanes each way. I was attempting to turn left onto this busy street without the help of a light. Well, I'm slowly pulling out, I'm looking both ways, defensive driving, hands at 10 and 2, everything I'm supposed to be doing. Well, I pull out and the first lane of traffic stops and lets me go. And the person in the first lane that had stopped waved me on, like, you can go. Well, I couldn't go because there was a Thunderbird that was coming in the second lane. I hit that Thunderbird. Fortunately, I hit the back right-hand door of the car. My car bounced, the Thunderbird was huge. My car bounced off of it, but it was a pretty bad accident. The driver of the Thunderbird was probably a woman in her 60s, and her mother was in the car. That was a bad day. Bad day. And again, it was broad daylight, again, first time driving alone. I get home, the car is crunched. Fortunately, the two ladies in the car were okay. I was okay. And again, I thought my dad was going to have a heart attack. And of course, I get home and I'm crying. I'm never going to drive again. Never. I'm never driving again. It scared the snot out of me. And again, fortunately, the ladies in the car were fine because I, of course, was not going that fast because I was trying to ease my way out to see what was coming, and certainly something was. Boom. Yep. And again, I was going to pick up none other than Anne, and again, something happened every time we did anything. Oh gosh. What else did we do? I was a good student. However, there were a couple of teachers that we knew all we had to do was bring up a topic in class and we could get them off topic, and we would spend the entire class period talking about horses, talking about their daughter or their children. There were two teachers, and we would do this all the time. We would do it all the time, and it would work every single time. And we'd look around like, are they not getting this? Like, we are getting them totally off topic, and they don't even realize it. Yeah, do not even realize it. Craziness. Craziness. Again, I was a good student, went to college, joined a sorority, was a fraternity little sister. I didn't do many dumb things in college. I wanted to get out. There was a time when we went to South Padre Island for spring break. And in typical spring break fashion, there were 30 people in one hotel room, people sleeping on the floor, people sleeping wherever. Well, again, spring break is spring break, and you have fun and whatnot. And again, we were, legal as far as drinking and all of that thing. But I got up one morning, didn't tell anyone. I just left, and I went home. And this was spring break of my junior year in college. And I just went home in the middle of the week. Didn't tell anybody, just got up and left. And there were people that were not happy with me that I left, but I didn't care. I drove home, and my mother answers the door, and she's like, Kara, it's Wednesday. You said you were getting home on Friday. And I said, Mom, I can't have any more fun. I don't know how much fun I thought I could have, but I can't have any more. I want to get out of college. I want to get a job. I want to be responsible and again, I made great grades in college. I had a 3.8 my whole way through college. I made great grades. I went to class. But again, that spring break, I was like, I'm tired of having fun. I was tired. So I just went home. And after that point, again, it was time to grow up and time to be a responsible human being and do what I needed to do in order to get a job and get out of college. And that's exactly what I did. And no more craziness for the principal painter. So then I had kids, and guess what? They've done dumb things too. But I won't get into my kids doing dumb things because we'll be here all day. So my question, if you have stuck with me this long, is this. Have you done anything dumb as a child? You know, just silly, dumb things that kids do. And again, you know, we didn't hurt anyone or we didn't steal anything or whatever. I'm not talking about those types of things. But if you have done anything silly or dumb or gotten yourself into a situation as a child and wondered, how in the world did I get myself into this? Please comment in the comments below. I would like to hear some funny things that, you know, you did as a kid. And I think other people would enjoy seeing comments too. And again, I'm certain there were several other dumb things that I did, but those are the major ones that I can remember. But yes, comment in the comments below. Only one comment, please. So if you've done 10 dumb things, pick your favorite dumb thing that you did. So that, guys, is my whip and chat for this Thursday. I will get this up today. I will leave the comments open until next Wednesday, and then I will turn them off, and next Wednesday I will have my drawing for my prizes that I shared earlier. So that is my whip and chat for this Thursday. Thank you for being patient with me. Again, we had a storm last night and it blew power, and so I was not able to get my video up, and so again I'm refilming today, and that is that. And again, I'm moving and grooving on Java Joanna. I hope you're enjoying the Craftibly that you're working on. For those of you that may want to purchase from Craftibly, I'm an affiliate with Craftibly, and GB Maltese is an affiliate with Craftibly. So if you would like to get 15% off of an order of $50 or more, you can use my code CARRA, CARRA 15, or you can use Grace's, which is GB Maltese, MALTESE 15, and get 15% off of a purchase of $50 or more. I will get a little bit something back, which I will put immediately back into the channel for more content for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed hearing a little bit more about some of the crazy things that have happened to me in my life. And I hope you've enjoyed this whip and chat. I hope you have a great rest of your day and are enjoying working on your Craftibly. Don't forget to post your progress on Instagram, hashtag allthingscraftibly21. If you don't have an Instagram account, feel free to email either Grace or I. Our email addresses are listed below all of our videos, so feel free to email us and we will post your pictures for you with your name with it to give you credit on Instagram so people can see your progress and see the beautiful creations that you are making with Craftibly. I know there are a lot of people that are farther along than I am, but I am going to be working today. I want to get this bottom section complete today. I've done a little bit, you know, like I said, up here, you know, in this area too. So I'm making some progress. It's, you know, again, I'm a little bit slower of a diamond painter, but it's not, you know, it's not a speed race. It's supposed to be fun and not stressful. Also, bonus, I picked up my framed Chuck Pinson yesterday, and some of you have seen it on social media, but I do have it hanging on the wall behind me. So if you want to see it hanging on the wall, join me on Monday at 6 o'clock Central for my live. And if you are new to the channel and you enjoyed this whip and chat and would like to see others and find out other crazy things about me or about, you know, other topics that I will come up with to talk about, please consider hitting the subscribe button, the red subscribe button that's underneath this video, and hit the bell to the right of it to let you know anytime I upload a video. And again, I do try to upload videos more towards the weekend, but sometimes I will upload a video midweek. There may be a couple of videos in a day, you know, depending on my schedule and what I have to film. So I'm going to leave you with this. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. This is the Principal Painter, and I am signing off.